The Paramount merger seems to be coming to an end.
Fuck off!
Finally!
Fuck off!
Finally! They say the FCC is going to pass it now, and they're moving forward, and it's officially going to be sold over to, again, Skydance after all this time. What's the next hiccup? I don't really know. But I do know that Trey Parker and Matt Stone are pissed about this whole thing, and they're mad because during the merger now, the new Shell coming in, the new producer, I say the new showrunner, I'm thinking about movies, the new executive over there is saying that he wants to start cutting their contracts down and paying them less and stopping them from making so many episodes. And so they're super pissed about this, and they came forward, and they're talking about how this is all bad. And here's how they put it, guys. This merger is a shit show, and it's fucking up South Park. We are at a studio working on new episodes, and we hope that fans going to see them soon. Of course, they have pushed their episodes supposed to be coming out July 9th. They're not coming until July 23rd. They're very much pop culture reference to right now in this time. So the fact that they're pushing it, they're probably messing up all of their episodes. But the thing is, though, too, that's what they're mad. That's what they're mad. But I also, the thing is, though, too, they still have this this legal stuff going on with WB and Paramount. Like, when can they air it? When will they air it? There's a big legal battle, so that's why this was delayed on top of the merger. So I'm telling you right now, I hope the merger happens, and I hope South Park comes out soon because I love me some South Park. But I know it's a lot of drama right there, a lot of controversy. Bring some South Park back, and I'm happy we are bringing some jobs back to Los Angeles, guys, because Mr. and Mrs. Smith has decided to move their production from New York and other counties over here to Los Angeles due to the new tax incentives that were signed with Gavin Newsom, and of course it was passed in the state of California now. I'm happy that happened, that $750 million, again, incentive moving forward. But also on top of that, guys, this is coming here. Now, we don't really know much about the premise or the plot of this yet, season 2, new cast members, but also they've approved for 48 new films to come here to Los Angeles to start filming. Now the tax incentives is here. So we're talking about 48 more films. That's a lot more jobs, guys. We got to move that forward. Keep bringing work back to LA, because we want to see all the great films, because maybe we'll have Crimson Tide, the sequel, shooting here. Oh my God, guys. Why are we doing a Crimson Tide sequel? I'm just saying, why are we doing Bruckheimer? Wow. Why are we doing this? Was 1995 we made this movie.
Everything needs a fucking sequel.
I know. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. But Bruckheimer came forward. They got a really good director, writer taking the helm of this right now. Not saying who it is. And that's going to make this not go underwater. Great pun there, Bruckheimer. Great pun. But he was talking to Rich Eisen on his podcast. He said Denzel Washington's on board to come back as long as the script's good. So he said he's going to be excited. He will come back.
They all say.
Yeah, right.
They all say.
Until the money starts talking, they're like, I'm there.
I am there. Put me back on that submarine and let's go. And of course, the original had Quentin Tarantino and Robert Towne writing that film. So how do you actually balance that? Get Tarantino to write it again. Why would you not bring the same people back? But we'll see.
Because he knows it doesn't need a fucking sequel.
You're right.
Amen, Reverend.
And of course, we just lost Gene Hackman not too long ago. So if you don't have, the whole, I would just say, of course, at that point, maybe he'd be retired.
Get him to come back.
Oh, GR, that's a tough one right there, man. But I'm going to say this. If you did like the original one, yeah, it's still, they're doing a sequel. If you do like the original one, you are getting a sequel to it. Not a reboot, not a remake, a revival, a continuation. I know without Gene Hackman, we got apparently Denzel with a whole new people on a submarine. What will be the mission? I have no idea. But, at least it's going to come back, and hopefully people, at least it's new content, guys, kind of. But I tell you, it won't be talked about at Comic-Con, because I feel like nobody's talking about anything at Comic-Con this year. Which I'm like, why are we even having Comic-Con when Marvel, DC, Lionsgate, WB, Paramount, Sony, and Legendary are saying we're bringing nothing to Comic-Con? They're doing nothing, no presentations at all. So everybody dressed.
It's going back to the comics. Oh my God, it's going back to the old school way.
Yeah,
it might just go back to it's not going to be a movie one this time. And so it's like, what's that going to be? People are going to be dressed as comic book characters and having orgies with newly found friends. That's all it's going to be. So good for them.
Sounds like fun to me.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go this year.
That is not a thing that happens. Right.
Have you seen those hot models they pay to dress up like comic book characters?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm all about it.
Listen,
Bring it on.
As a guy who's been to Comic-Con every year, the orgies are a myth.
Come on, Brandon. Not one orgy. Not one orgy, Brandon.
A single goddamn one.
Are you just jealous?
Brandon, you go to the wrong parties.
Much to my chagrin. No, there's not
you weren't
been a
invited.
Goddamn orgy.
Are you mad you weren't invited? Is that what it is, Brandon? You a little salty about that?
Yeah, I'm a little salty.
He didn't get the special ticket to Hall H.
I guess I didn't know. I wasn't part of the Fantastic.
Brendan, you didn't get invited because I didn't want your fiance to kill me.
Yeah, sure. That's exactly what it is.
If you do want to call up Ronald, he'll make sure you get that great deal going on right there. Right, Ronald?
He's got hooked up, right?
Oh yeah, it's all hooked up.
Hooking it up. But back to the comics, probably for Comic-Con, you're probably right, Jordan. But speaking of comics, a big character debuted on a show that nobody watched, Mephisto, guys. Mephisto is finally here in the MCU, the devil incarnate himself. And you might be like, when did this happen, Brian? Well, nobody really watched Ironheart because, again, they dropped 3 episodes one week, and the next week they dropped the next week because they knew it wasn't going to do that well. And I was like, I powered through it. Because that's what I do for you guys, too. And there are some good moments. But, again, even if the character's name is Riri in the comic books, I don't think he called them Riri on the TV show. I'm just going to say that for one thing. Just don't do that in this world. Just call it, but whatever. But she actually makes a deal with the devil. Mephisto shows up, and Sacha Baron Cohen, who everybody's been asking to be Mephisto since WandaVision came out, like when MCU's shows first dropped on Disney Plus, finally got his day to be Mephisto. And the director said that they actually pitched him, and they were like, "Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, that's that Reddit guy."
Either one.
That's that Reddit thing? And I'm like, yeah, this is what everybody's been asking for years. So he said yes, of course. He came on. So I love Sacha Baron Cohen. Of course, there's no comedy. He's serious. You're making a deal with the devil, Jordan.
Queen says he doesn't really look like Mephisto, but if you watch the show, Queen, in the reflection of the spoon, he's eating some soup or whatever. They have the reflection of the spoon. They have his demonic image in the spoon. You could see the reflection like for a split second.
Yep. And if you guys want to watch that, just watch the last episode. So like in the spoon, you can see like his devil horns and all that shit, like in one angle. It's kind of cool, but in the spoon, in the words of the Tick there, right there, but only in the spoon, guys. And there's no comedy. Sacha Baron Cohen is totally 100%. He's supposed to be like Satan. Yes, Emma Peel. He's totally serious, and I think he's actually very threatening. I actually liked it a lot, so I'm happy he's coming back.
He's the best part of that whole goddamn show.
Best fucking part of that show.
Actually, the hood wasn't bad.
I love that guy.
Not bad. Yeah, and honestly, the girl who played Riri,
it sucked. That's why
I didn't mind her, but it was just not needed, that show. But they did something, so good for them. Happy they're excited about that. But no comedy for Sacha Baron Cohen, and no more comedy for Craig Robinson. Apparently, that's what he's saying. He said he is done with comedy. I don't believe this shit. I just don't believe this shit. I can't believe he's gonna be done because
I do.
You believe it, Brandon?
Really?
I saw him do stand up once, and it wasn't great.
Oh, I mean, one of these then.
He's a good actor in comedy movies, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's a good comedy actor. I don't know if he's a stand-up comedian, though.
Well, he said right now he's got something huge happening, Brandon. And it turns out his whole dream, his whole life has been building a small business with two of his great friends his whole life. And it's very important things, different from his whole career that he's actually moving forward with. He's not saying what it is, but he'll tell everybody very soon. So I guess he's going to run a shoe sales shop, or maybe a burger joint, or maybe he's going to have a 7-Eleven around the corner. I don't know. I can't wait to find out.
He seems like a guy who fell ass backwards into show business, honestly.
Dude, I can tell you, I worked with him one time on a show called Last Comic Standing. He was like the host of that, and he was a great guy. He was super nice. And the stand-in, R.I.P., Mike Kelly, one of my really good friends that was a stand-in, he passed away, but he knew him very well. They did stand-up together, and he'd get up on the mic as they're doing the rehearsal, like, Mike Kelly. He'd like sing his name, then he'd go into his like whole set every time. It was weird. It was great that he was shouting his friend out, but he was a nice guy, super nice guy.
That's
so
kind of weird.
Have a drink, Brian. You need it.
I'll have a drink. But I gotta say, wherever his endeavors take him, I'm all about it. I'm excited for him wherever it takes him, because I think he's a stand-up guy. So good for him. Make it happen.
He doesn't want to be a stand-up guy.
Was that a comic joke? He was a stand-up guy, Brian.
I wasn't even going for that, but I just opened that door and you guys walked through it. But that's kind of like Charlize Therone walked into that door with that director, but almost landed up on the casting couch, guys. And this is one of those things that Charlize Therone's been putting out there quite a bit, and I hear it and I'm like, even to her, but she was like back in like 2018, 2019, she had an audition and the director asked her to come over on a Saturday night. She thought it was weird, but she still went over there. And in this, when she got there, the director was wearing his pajamas. Has her sit down and started rubbing her knees next to her. She got pissed. She walked out. She left. And now she's blasting him everywhere. She's not saying his name, but she says, he doesn't even deserve me to say his name out loud. He's that much of a piece of shit. But if anybody ever asks her to work with that person, or if they ask about working with that person, she said she will tell them directly that that person's a piece of shit. So we don't need this at all in Hollywood. I'm happy she felt strong enough to come forward and say this. The casting couch should have been dead a long time ago. Never should have existed before, but it did happen. This is something that's being fixed in Hollywood. If I become the SAG president, if this ever happened again, I'll fix that shit, guys. It's uncalled for. It's unjust.
Amen, motherfucker.
It needs to be fucking cemented in the ground forever and buried away. And I wonder if Tom Cruise ever experienced the casting couch.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
You think Tom Cruise saw a casting couch? I don't know. But Tom Cruise is back in the news.
Look at him in Legend. That boy's seen a casting couch.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas, they have a new movie coming forward called Deep. And apparently the budget is so big. She's so hot. There have been rumors they've been dating for a while, too. And honestly, they are good for you, Tom
Appropriate name
Cruise.
on a casting couch.
Yeah, well, round of applause for Tom Cruise if he's getting in there.
I don't think they've been dating.
No. Yeah, don't fall deep into a casting couch. But Deep is coming, guys. But Tom Cruise has to redirect his mission because apparently WB...
You go deep on the casting couch.
Don't go deep in the casting couch, GR. It's never good when you go deep in the casting couch.
Is this a remake of The Deep, or is it...
No, it's a whole new project with the two of them starring in it. And apparently the budget is upwards of $275 million. And so WB, so there's no way, Tom, we don't care how fast you run, we're not giving you $275. They said they'll go...
Max Landis is the writer.
That's amazing.
Son of the other Landis, John.
Is he?
Wow.
Do you like him a lot, Brandon?
As a writer, I mean, there's a part of me that's like, okay, your dad was famous and now you're a writer, so like, who cares who you are? But there's a bigger, louder part of me that realizes that, like, maybe there is something to being a nepo baby. I know we like to hate on nepo babies, but maybe they've been exposed to the industry longer than us, and that they somehow have an understanding of it. And we can't completely hate them. If the craft is still there, I'll watch the movie.
It's not fair. It's not.
I'm going to tell you, Brennan, I have one favorite Nepo baby in my whole life right now.
We all love a Nepo baby. I'm sure that the people I like
He knows who I'm talking about right now.
Who? Wyatt Russell?
Who? I don't know, Ronald. I don't know who.
Who's that?
Somebody. Come on, guys. Come on.
An owl in here somewhere?
Come on. Our very own? Come on. I love you, Ronald. I love you.
I know you do. Thank you for knowing me.
I was at ET. If we can interrupt.
Oh, you mean that other fellow, youth deprived guy?
I grew up on the set of Bonanza.
I was at ET last weekend.
That's awesome.
And I saw a live show of ET last weekend, and you know who was hosting it? Was Paul from the Movie Guys.
Paul, which one was Paul?
Paul, really?
The Paul that we've had on, friend of the show, Paul.
From Heavy Spoilers?
From the Movie Guys. Is that not the same Paul? I don't know.
We had Paul from Heavy Spoilers, but he's from the UK, so he popped in there?
No, maybe it was a different guy. So this guy was Paul from the Movie Guys.
Drew Barrymore. Maybe it was just Drew Barrymore. We don't know.
There's too many goddamn Pauls.
Paul was the character's name.
Okay.
Well,
Paul. I know Gertie.
I don't know who Paul is, but I got to tell you, at the end of the day, Tom Cruise can
Go
do
back
no
and
wrong.
watch an old movie.
Tom Cruise can do.
I love Armis. She's the most beautiful woman in Hollywood right now.
Look how, right, man?
Who?
And if Tom's,
Throw that picture back up instead of looking it up.
Her. She's fucking hot.
Yeah. And if Tom's dating her, round of applause, Mr. Tom Cruise, guys. Round of applause. You won.
Scientology set that shit up.
Yeah,
he's still winning.
Dating her. They're dating.
He's like, she looks good.
That's a contract.
She's in her 30s, right?
The natural hair, like not having to do anything with it, just like the.
Yeah, that took 4 hours. That not having to do anything with it took 4 hours.
Whose hair are we talking about? Hers or Tom's? Because his
That's
all.
He's got a great blowout, too. She's 37, guys. She's 37.
She reminds me of somebody.
My age.
And he's what, 69?
65, I think. 64, 65. Oh,
he's just the
Jar.
same age as Brad Pitt, like 61, 62, I think.
I think he's 64 or 65, actually.
She reminds me of another actress, Wendy Malick. That is so funny. Her eyes are Wendy Malick.
Tom Cruise is 63. You're right. 63 right there. But
Okay.
yeah. But guys, they're together maybe. But this movie, The Deep is being pushed because they got to find a new studio because WB said they will go nothing beyond 230 million and Tom needs 275. Tom
Why
will
doesn't
run.
Tom put his own money into it?
He could. I bet he'll run around the whole town. He's going to find that money around. He'll run around the whole town and he'll find that money and it will happen and he'll be chasing around. And he'll be running just like he's in the Squid Game for his life, guys. He'll be running like that. He'll get that money happening. And Squid Game, guys, I'm telling you.
Cancel it.
Well, it is done. It is, Brandon. It's done. They did 3 seasons. And the last season, did you watch the last season?
No.
The last season was great. It was kind of like, to me, it wasn't that happy ending, which I kind of hope for. The baby thing was still crazy. That there's a baby in the games. That was the craziest thing at the end. I'm like, there's a baby in the games. A girl gives birth to a baby in the games, and then they make a baby, and she dies, and they make her baby that player number, and that baby is carried until the very end of the movie. And then the baby. Should I spoil it? Should I spoil the baby wins?
No.
The baby. Oh, that was spoiled. It was just spoiled for you, Brown. Sorry.
Oh, well, baby wins.
The baby wins. But the showrunner actually came forward and he said that, he's been hearing about this spinoff happening, about this American version of, again, Squid Game, which we talked about on this show that, of course, David Fincher is supposed to be spearheading. And he said, I had no idea about this, how I set the end of this movie or this show up. Because at the ending, they have, again, a big character, Kate Blanchett, comes in Los Angeles, setting up for the next season. And he said, I had no idea that was what they're going to do here in America. I'm like, come on, man. You literally have it setting up for the American version. Of course you had an idea. So when he tells me he had no idea, that was a coincidence that they were having an LA version, makes no sense to me. I think that was all planned, guys. So I don't believe you. I don't believe you, showrunner. And I don't believe that Street Fighter is going to be a great movie after all these casting news. I want to believe in it. I want to believe it, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure, guys, because Legendary has been putting the weirdest cast together for me. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go with it. I mean, between Dan Hibiki coming in now to be playing, or the character of Dan Hibiki being played by Andrew Schultz, who's a big-time comedian, which, again, he was kind of canceled for a while, but he's back. He's playing the new character, too. And also the fact that we have Bison finally cast, and we thought it was going to be Walton Goggins. We thought it was going to be him, but it wasn't Walton Goggins. They ended up going with David Dastmalchian. And for me, I love this guy. Polka Dot Man. He's great.
Yes, Melchian.
Bison, GR, Bison. I mean, he kind of looks like Bison a little bit, I guess. But to me personally,
Das Malkian is how you say him.
Well, we can say Das Malkian, Dashlamakian. He's not. He looks like an old Chalamet. He looks like an old Chalamet.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going off like the Raul Julia
It's his
version
father.
of the 90s, he kind of has that look.
Yeah.
He kind of has a look. You're right. That's what I was thinking,
But
too.
I was hoping a more like video game accurate, big, intimidating, like 7-foot buff dude.
Well, that would have been better.
He looks like a mime.
He has played mime. I think he's played a mime before. Have you ever seen Late Night with the Devil? That's a great movie that he did.
I love that movie.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. He's a good actor. So overall, and he's in that new Murderbot series on Apple TV Plus. He's great in there too. I love that show. If you guys haven't watched Murderbot, check it out.
He's
It's
always
really good.
DC's go-to guy for a background dude. He was in The Dark Knight. He was in the fucking.
Yep, he was. You're right. That was like his first role.
He was in Gotham. I mean,
Yeah, he was in Gotham.
The dude's always there for the DC.
I think he's great, man. But I think also that the fact that you have like Cody Rhodes maybe playing Guile as well too. That's the other cast. I'm like, Cody Rhodes, the wrestler.
I didn't
as
know.
Guile?
I didn't know that guy had a lisp.
Yeah, it's like Dusty Rhodes, the American Dreams kid. Dusty Rhodes, American Dream.
And Cody's got a lisp too. If nobody knew who Cody Rhodes was.
Don't make fun of people. We love people with lisps, guys. We love people with lisps.
Jordan, we're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I had a lisp when I was a kid. I trained really hard to get rid of that lisp. I used to say F all the time too. I got rid of it, guys. You can do it. You can do it. Make dreams come true. Just like that Hail Mary that it comes true, guys. And Hail Mary is coming. Did you guys see this trailer? We're gonna play it for you in a second. The trailer for Hail Mary came out.
Don't play the trailer.
You don't want to play it? You don't want to play it?
Wow, Gosling grew up.
Having seen the trailer, I can tell you're not missing anything.
Oh yeah,
terrible?
we can vote on that.
I like the trailer.
I like it too. But Ryan Gosling, based off the very famous book.
The title is stupid.
Hail Mary, But based off that the very successful novel, the same name, Ryan Gosling's come in to play a high school science teacher who has been sent out to space to actually save humanity by finding the last star that exists and find out why that star is still burning when the rest have burnt out, including our sun. Now, this looks like an interesting premise. I love space movies, you guys. You know, I love them so much. And it's got Philip Lord and Christopher Miller, who, of course, did all the Spider-Verse, Star Spider-Verse. They did, but they also did, you guys, that Han Solo movie. They got rebooted because it was too cheesy, where they tried to make Han Solo Ace Ventura. So they're also doing this. They produced, yes, you know about that, right?
You mean talking about Solo?
Yeah, Solo. So before Solo got Solo, they shot almost all of Solo. The studios watched the tapes. And they said that they had turned Han Solo into like Ace Ventura. He was that goofy, and so they fired the directors. And then they once they fired him, they brought in freaking. Yeah, and then
I didn't know this about Solo. I mean,
You didn't know this? Oh, no, I want to see that version.
I like Larry Kasdan as a screenwriter, but I didn't know that it went through so many iterations.
Ron Howard then came in and they told him to fix it, and then you got what you got. And Ron Howard said, I did my best with it. But yeah, guys, Hail Mary, full of grace. That's coming, guys. Thank you for being here. Breaking news, guys. Do we want breaking news?
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.
Cruise Control Show.